Okay, let's do a quick little audio test. Make sure we got some audio here. Give this thing a second. Hopefully we got audio. I'm just waiting right here for the audio to pop in. Okay, let's do a quick little... Okay, we got audio. That's great. Okay, cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, let's get this party started. Cool. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? I hope you're having an excellent night. Thank you for joining the live stream. It's been a hot minute. Haven't done one for a little bit of time. We're on Instagram earlier today, so I hope you got the opportunity to watch the Instagram live, but I thought I'd go live here on YouTube and get this channel rolling again with some new content and some new things to help you artists out there. Anyways, if we haven't met before, my name is Paul Angeli and I'm a live action storyboard artist. And welcome to the channel and welcome to the live stream. Dominic, hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Dominic says, unleash your potential. Let your shouts be war cries tonight, brothers. Cool, awesome. Thanks for joining. Appreciate that, Dominic. Yeah, I'm totally psyched about tonight's little chat and just looking forward to hanging out with you folks. It's been a while, like I said, and just excited to hang out and do some drawing and just sort of chill a little bit this evening. Like I said, I had a great time earlier today. I don't usually live stream on Instagram, but did so today, and I was asked some really good questions, and I wanted to really shout out you finding your artistic voice. I'll give you some tips and tricks while we're drawing together tonight, but I'm here to help you. So again, I created this channel to help new artists and new visual storytellers out there learn more about storyboarding and visual storytelling, whether you're using this for live action, animation, comics, or just illustrations and telling stories. I love the medium of storyboarding. I have a lot of projects I'm currently working on right now, and so I give or take being here on YouTube, but I really enjoy myself sharing with you, sharing my personal journey and experiences and processes with you out there to sort of help you and provide some value for you. So like I said, if you're a new storyboard artist, new visual storyteller, and you're looking how to become a storyboard artist, this is the channel for you. Or if you're somebody trying to level up your work, get better at your craft, get out of your comfort zone, this is also a great channel for you. And also too, if you're just somebody that wants to see an artist's work and sort of what those processes are, this might be interesting to you. So if you're one of those bills for you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notification button so you're updated every time I post here on YouTube, and then I'll leave my contact information at the end of this live stream, so you can reach out to me and DM me on Instagram as well. I try to post on Instagram daily to hold myself accountable as well. So hopefully there's some strategies to get a hold of me. So like I said earlier, one of those things that I was interested in was shouting out your voice. And I did a project during Inktober, and this was Inktober was created by artist Jake Parker, who's an illustrator. And I took advantage of that. And it was the first time I really participated in this Inktober art challenge. And I just sort of came up with a battle plan, which I was going to create a new image every day. It would be inked. I would use traditional tools that you could get anywhere. I didn't use fancy brush pens or nibs or whatever. I just used pretty much simple tools. I used 3 tools. I didn't really pencil or do an underdrawing. I used a ballpoint pen. I used a Sharpie. And I used a chisel Sharpie, so a fine tip Sharpie and a chisel Sharpie to create my work. And I stayed committed for the 31 days, and I created my own project with it because I wanted to do something that was storyboard related. Every image told a story. I was going to be timely with it and hold myself accountable to that project and get that project done. And you friends out there just help to inspire me by the likes, comments, and follows on Instagram. I did a little bit here on YouTube as well. And it was just, I'm so thankful you took the time to tell me how I was doing and getting those things done. So what was cool was I was within that process. I came up with a whole comic. Let me see if I can show this to you here. Called El Vaquero, which is Spanish for the cowboy. And I have this. I created this storyline of a luchador, masked luchador, sort of like there's sort of a John Wick style character taking on supernatural creatures with a Mexican flair. I circled the whole story around. Dia de los Muertos, which is a big Day of the Dead, and the timing was perfect. So it was a really really cool experience. Let me pop out a couple of pages here, so you can sort of see, some of those pages of the book. I don't know if you can see that or not. A little bit of glimmer there, but came up with doing this each and every day for 31 days, and it inspired me to create my own intellectual property. It was a great experience. I'm just showing you some of the pages from the book. Let me see if I get that in there for you. And these were all done on just cardstock paper, nothing fancy, using simple tools that anybody could do to help inspire others out there. So just showing you some of the pages here from that project. And so earlier today, I've had a lot of my storyboard pros out there, friends, and they've been inspiring me to say, hey, listen, why don't you put a book together of this? So excuse me, I'm in the process of putting that book together, and I'm going to get this thing printed. So I might do a couple different versions of the book. So one book will be printed. I'm trying to add an additional, I think I'm adding an additional 10 pages of story to it, and some background stuff to sort of flush this storyline out. But it's all storyboard based. Everything is in a shot, and it was a really great experience. Let me show you a couple more pages, and you can check this out on Instagram as well. We had this sort of Aztec Mayan sort of princess who was sort of a creature of the dark a little bit, but a cool experience. I got some of my notes on here. Let me take my notes off so you can sort of see here. So, it was just a genuinely fun project to work on. And I had a great time doing it, and it inspired me to talk for tonight's talk. And got a couple more people joining in. Ode 10 Cafe. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. How's your artwork coming? I hope it's going well for you. But I was able to create this book with the Inktober. I didn't follow the prompts or anything, but I just sort of did my own intellectual property based on that, and what helped to inspire me. So, how do you find your artistic voice? How do you shout it out? I think there's a few different things. We're all, if we're working professionally, we're always after the next job. I'm meeting with producers or directors and other clients for other projects. Some of you that might be watching, you might be doing a project with you right now. So doing some cool stuff, and it's exciting to do, and it's keeping me quite busy. Hey, Marianne GR, what's going on? So glad to see you. Dia de los Muertos projects. Get into a bigger project. Yeah. So sort of my chat tonight, fireside chat, and to kick us off. Listen, all of us have so many weeks left before the end of 2024, and you see a lot of YouTube videos out there going, hey, this is once 2024 hits, let's get going. Let's get started now. I think there's a lacking out there of artistic voices, you know, and especially with you know, creations like AI and stuff like that. You know, I really want to inspire you for you to shout out your voice. And when I go into our sketching portion of what we're doing today, and just sketching around, having fun, I'll chat about some tips. So if these tips can help you get that inner voice and shout that out to the world, I think each of us have a unique vision in terms of how we see. And for me, working with this El Vaquero project, it helped to enlighten me in a lot of ways and help me study things I normally did not do. And did a lot of research, and just by coincidence, I was able to take a trip to Mexico as well. So I pulled out my camera, did a lot of filming, took a lot of photos, either with my camera phone or actually on the camera, and you know, got to see a lot traveling through Mexico a little bit, crossing the border by foot, you know, and going in and out of the United States and into Mexico, or from the United States to Mexico, and Mexico, to see a lot of different things, you know, hang out, eat a lot of different food, see a lot of cool things while I was there. So it was a very inspirational walk, and I took a lot of photos with that too, that I'm incorporating into this particular property. And so, like I was talking about unique voices, so you know, I have my unique voice, and you know, I'd like to help you discover your unique voice. And I think we all see things a little differently. We like different artists. We like different films or different music. We all have a different sense. And how do you pull those things out that make you you, and incorporate that into your artwork? Some artists are absolutely phenomenal with painting. Others just they start with color, and you can recognize an artist by color. Others are the way they illustrate, or their illustration style, or their tool choice, whether it be their Wacom tablet to digital drawing, to using Sharpies or pencils or whatever the tool might be. So everybody has a unique voice. And how do you get that out there? And I think you get that out there by creating projects for yourself. So use something like my project with El Vaquero. It's a project that I created, and we got Buddha Belly. What's going on? How's it going, Buddha Belly? Nice time to see you. I'm glad you can join. Um, but you know, create those projects for yourself. So if it's just a single piece of artwork, create that single piece of artwork. Create that comic that you've always wanted to create. Create that animated cartoon you always wanted to create. Maybe, you know, a graphic novel. Maybe it's not artistic, and maybe you're just writing, you know, or you're writing music, or whatever it might be. Find that artistic voice and shout that out. And I think we need to see unique visions, different experiences, and things like that. And that's, you know, one of those things, like sometimes I like to watch a lot of independent films and things like that, because I want to see somebody's unique perspective. Yeah, sure, I like the Deadpool Wolverine just like everybody else lately. I enjoyed it. I was able to watch it on the plane finally. And kudos to Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds and all my buddies that worked on that film. But you know, I like seeing unique visions too. Besides your big blockbuster film, whether it be a Spielberg movie, or you know, Cameron film, or whatever it might be. So you know, I think, yeah, we all need to hear our unique voices and get that going on. So how's everybody doing? We got a lot of great people here. Shout out to Dominic. I got Ode10 Cafe. Yeah, I'm curious how your work is coming along, Ode10 Cafe. Marianne GR, I hope everything's going well with you. I hope your artwork's going well. Buddha Belly, thank you so much. I always get constant emails from Buddha Belly. Always, and hats off to you, Buddha Belly. You're finding your own voice, and it's great to see how much you've improved over this last year. So kudos to you, my sister. Very, very good stuff. So let's get drawing and get some pointers over here. Let me turn this off. Boom. Let's get Photoshop back on. Where'd Photoshop go? Boom. There we go. Photoshop, where's Paul? Okay, you're somewhere over here. Guess I moved myself too much. Give me 2 seconds here. Haven't used OSB for a while. Okay, there we go. Cool. We got everything rolling. And the boys are back in town. That's right. Got to play some music or something. Boys are back in town. Cool. Okay, so couple tips while I'm working and drawing. Today's earlier discussion was about drawing every day, and you know, a lot of artists or mentors out there tell you, hey, draw every day. You know, that's what you need to do. Draw every day. And I think drawing every day is important, but I don't think it's the end all be all of your work. And I think you can work like that, but I think you need to, like they say, to eat an elephant, you want to eat one piece at a time. You don't eat the whole thing like a snake. you gotta work things out, and I think it's super important to pace yourself in terms of how you're drawing. I think you know, it's like everybody wants to do you know, anatomy drawings or something like that. But if I'm learning anatomy, like if my cursor here works, instead of, if you're not trained yet and you can't draw the whole figure, you know, start with you know, break it down into certain tasks. Break it down into the head, you know, neck and shoulders. Break it down into the chest, arms, hands, and it goes on and on and on. So, and what you can do is give yourself little you know, time frames. Like this week, I'm going to work on heads. You know, my computer is super slow, friends. Gosh. So maybe this is week 1, week 2, week 3, and you're practicing all those things. And when you practice those pieces, then you can put all those pieces together, and now you can draw the whole figure. And then you can focus on men, you can focus on women, and you can do all that type of work like that. Ode 10 Cafe says, still watching films and drawing consistently, my friend. Been learning backgrounds in the environment lately. Very cool. I think you break things down like that. I think when you practice those individual fundamentals, you'll have a better understanding of getting, you know, the whole thing done. Or even when you're talking about storyboards, you know, like Ode 10 Cafe said, you know, watching films. I watch a ton of films. Some films I watch over and over and over, and I get inspired. I get ideas. I see different things each time I see a film. And like right now, just my family and I were watching old episodes of Peter Falk in Columbo. It was a TV series in the 80s and 70s. You know, I learned a lot watching that too. And I think there's a lot there. But when you're learning something, I think it's easier when you break it down and then give yourself sort of a due date for those things. And You want to have fun. I think when you practice those things over and over, you get better at what you're doing. I made the comment about Buddha Belly. I think she put a lot of work in this last year. Started in one arena and is a completely different artist because she's practicing those fundamentals. So bit by bit, I think get perfectionism out of the way too. I think the having perfectionism in what you're doing is the killer uh, of everything, and try to stay away from the perfection. I think when you're I'm guilty of it too. There's nothing special about me. I sit there and I did El Vaquero and I was like, well, I can do that page even better. But I think the point of it all was to get it done. And I go back to words of wisdom of Jake Parker, the illustrator who created the Inktober art challenge, is finished, not perfect. I think he had a video on that. And I think it's super important to finish your project as a storyboard artist. And if that's the arena you want to go into, or if you want to get into comics, and do that professionally, you have to complete the task. You have to complete the job. You have to complete your sequence and have those items turned in on time. You don't want to miss a deadline for those things, because you'll find yourself not working again because so what, you have the most beautiful drawing in the world. If you don't get the sequence done, you're not going to be working. And so I think it's super important to get perfectionism out of the way. And sometimes I work different styles. If I'm working with a script or something like that, maybe sometimes I work in the beginning of the sequence, and I work the end of the sequence, and then I go to the middle. I work different strategies, and I have my sort of, if you've watched some of my older videos, I have this quick little sketch style I do in terms I'm doing. So get the perfectionism, throw it out the window, and it'll help you get those projects done of what you're trying to do. I think the biggest fear is for anybody is that empty piece of paper. It's that empty screen you're looking at, and it's like, well, shoot, what am I gonna draw today? How am I gonna draw? And I think it's scary for a lot of folks. And a couple things I do is, like, when I'm working tradition, or when I'm working on storyboards and stuff like that, I'll have my storyboard sort of laid out like this, and then I'll go in and start boarding. Sometimes I just use a thicker pen. I'll do different strategies to get working and stuff. So I'm gonna start drawing a little bit while I'm talking, so get some entertainment here. Let's see. Dominic says to me, I've been studying Lorenzo's How to Think When You Draw. It's important to learn to tackle new subjects constantly. You'll create things you never knew you could make. Yeah, no, that's a great set of books. I know that Lorenzo is coming out with a new thing. If you join his email, they're doing another, what do you call it? One of those crowdfunding, for his book series and stuff. So that's pretty cool. But it's like, when I'm drawing, I try not to get too perfect. I don't use a lot of fancy brushes when I'm working too, but we're going to play around with a couple brushes today. Let's do something different than I normally do. Let's see, what brushes do I have here? Let's play with some. Let's see how this brush looks while I'm drawing here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so when I'm drawing, I just sort of always thinking all the time, and trying new things, and trying new styles, and in terms of what I'm doing. I'm always thinking all the time. I think it's great to practice. I'll try different brushes and try different things. So Dominic says, yeah, I'm on the mailing list. I'll try to buy as many books as I can. Cool. Yeah, I just joined the mailing list as well. Very cool. I'm excited to see what's new and what's cooking on that front. And so when I'm working, like this, let's see, yeah, what are some common examples of digital mark making you use? Yeah, repeat that question in a little bit more detail. I'm trying to figure out where you're going, Dominic. Yeah, what are you asking, like little cheats I use or those type of things? So when I'm working, I'm just always thinking all the time and going, okay, how do I play with this? And how can I work with these things? My computer's a little slow here because I got 50 things going on here. Cool. Buddha Belly is so glad to be hanging out. Yeah, me too. I'm super excited. This was cool. So you can sort of see the drawing coming together a little bit here. Oh. And sometimes I might do as much as that, and I'll go on to the next drawing. And then sometimes I'll enhance it a little bit while I'm talking here. So yeah, like we talked about before, you know, can't eat the elephant all at once. You know, take one step at a time. Break down those things. You know, so if I'm working on, you know, eyes, nose, or whatever else, you can do it. Sometimes people work with color too. So let's play with that a little bit too while we're working. And sometimes I just get like a light color in there as I'm working. Let's detail this out a little bit. We'll have some fun while we're chatting. I think have fun, you know, with what you're doing too. I try to have fun, work on things that I enjoy drawing. That makes things go out. It's hard to see that empty piece of paper, but these are some tips and tricks I just throw down as I'm coming up with something. A lot of people ask, well, when you're reading the script, how do you go and storyboard from there? And when I read the script, I can I see it in my mind's eye, and that's how I work sometimes. I just see it in my mind's eye, and then I just sort of go from there. And I draw that sequence. Sometimes I use reference in terms of what I see as well. I always start with the eyes. They always say when I'm drawing too, eyes are the window to the soul, and so I always try to work on those eyes first to get stuff going. Let's see, Dominic says, how can you make different types of marks depending on your tool or technique? The ballpoint pen offers a range of marks it can make. The Sharpie another, and then the chisel. Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I sort of do. That's why I got to find the perfect brush for myself too. Is sometimes when I'm drawing. Here, I'll give you an example for that El Vaquero project. So if I have a sequence that I'm working on, let me turn this off real quick. You can sort of see this, the style and sort of way I'm working. Let's turn the big picture off. Okay, so if you can see this, what I'll do is I'll do line art first like this. Let me get that page. What page is this? This is like, I'll show you that page. So you can sort of see, okay, so here is the original sort of ink sketch. And then I'll come in with my blocks with the markers. So you can sort of see the process a little bit. And in the book, I'll show that process as well. But I use those different things. You know, sometimes I'll lay the picture out like this, and then I'll do my dark shadows and stuff like that using those other pens. And I'll go back and forth, and I sort of do the same process as I'm drawing digitally as well. So I'll try to do the same type of thing. Makes things go quicker for me too, in terms of the way I'm working. Get back over to Photoshop. And I'll do that, and I'll use different line weights, you know, or your brush size. You know, if I use a 7 or something like that. In terms of how I'm working. Then I'll use a thicker brush as well. Oops. Do a little shaping and stuff. Sort of see that image come together a little bit. As I'm drawing. But let's get back into talking about your voice and finding your voice and what you can be doing. So let's give some tips here about finding your artistic style. You know, I feel it's going to take time and effort. in terms of finding that style. Everybody, I don't think you can find your style overnight. It takes time. Everybody has a unique style. You already have it. You just have to have that style come out of the work you're doing, and have fun with it, and help to realize that style too. I think so. How do you do that? I think you need to experiment. I think you need to try different mediums. Like I said, I've tried. I like working traditionally. Um, with pens, pencils, those type of things. And like with the El Vaquero project, I used simple tools that anybody could use, and I really enjoyed that, and had some fun with that too. So uh, find different tools. Maybe you want to work in paint. Maybe you want to work in crayon. Maybe you want to work in just a different medium. You know, I think it's fun to do. Experiment those things. That helps you to find your voice in terms of the work you're doing, and that type of stuff. I think it's important to study other artists. A lot of you, hang out with me over here on YouTube, and you have other people, you have comic artists or other artists that you enjoy working with too, or seeing their work, and I think that's super important. And I think to study other artists too that you might like, and I think that's always a fun thing to do. So studying artists is cool, and one thing I do is I study a lot of artists myself, and sometimes I do master studies with on a particular artist that I like, enjoy their work, but I'm not looking at their entire artwork. I look at sort of things that I enjoy about it, and it's like, what are those things that I enjoy about their? Maybe it's the way that they the way they render their drawing. Maybe it might be light and dark. It might be maybe the way they draw hands, or the way they draw eyes, or they draw profiles, or faces, or whatever it might be. Maybe they are very strong in clothing. I'll look at different people's artwork, and see different things in it, and study those things, and put some of those thoughts into my own artwork of what I'm doing. I think you need to practice regularly. I always have this cause and effect to find your style. You learn something, you pick out those things that you like, you put it in, incorporate it into your artwork, and then you stand away from it. And what am I doing great at, and what are things I still need to work on? And you're always it's sort of like eat, sleep, draw, repeat. Eat, sleep, draw, repeat. Eat, sleep, draw, repeat. And I think you'll find that style, your own style, and have your own voice that you're discovering by doing that. I do it all the time. It's like, how do I find what do I like drawing? What are those things that I enjoy, and how do I do that? And I think there's a lot you can learn that way. And just by practicing all the time, you're developing your skills, you're developing your fundamentals, you're developing a lot of different things if you're practicing regularly. I think you need to embrace the mistakes. I just like you, I make mistakes as well. And I think all the time I'm like, well, how do I, you know, not make that mistake? How do I do those things? Embrace the imperfections. It's like the project, the Inktober project. I wasn't happy. There's so many shots. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I drew that. And I think it's really important to be kind to yourself, and learn from what you're doing, and embrace those imperfections. You know. Also consider your process too. Like I was talking about with Dominic, it's like sometimes I don't use a pencil at all. Sometimes, a lot for the Inktober project, I don't even Very rarely did I use a pencil or a draw over. I just went for it, just pen to paper, and whatever, whichever way it worked out, it worked out. In terms of what I was doing. You know, Same thing with like this drawing here. I'm just sort of going for it. I'm not really playing with it. I'm just sort of putting down the fundamentals of what the drawing is, and just having fun with it, and learning as I go. For some people, they like to work in pencil and do an underdrawing, then work in pen and scan, or whatever your process is that helps you to develop your style. I referenced earlier about color palette. I think when you define your own palette in terms of what you're doing, you'll find your own style too. If you've ever seen Louise's work, she has a great style, but it's all, it's very colorful. There's a lot of color to it. And, some people use color in terms of getting their artwork the way they want. It's all different things. Another thing is be open to change. Try different things. Try different styles. Maybe you're into manga or anime, or you're into 1930s illustrators. Try different things. Try different techniques in terms of what you're doing. You'll learn a lot about yourself. In terms of how you're working. Like over here, if you work digitally, try different brushes, try different things in terms of what you're doing here. Remember to read and consume as much literature on art, composition, romanticism as you possibly can. My entire journey has been based on books teaching me new ideas and possibilities. So true, Dominic. So true. I think besides being open to change and those type of things, is to. Oh, I'm sitting here drawing. I'm just goofing around here drawing while I'm talking. Sometimes I can't focus on my drawing when I'm sitting here talking, but that's all right. Like I said, be open to change. Have a great community of people that you surround yourself with. I think it's super important to have a talented group of friends that you can work with, and I think that's important to have your source, and hopefully I can be a source for you here on YouTube or Instagram and those type of things. But find that group of folks that's your home base, your team. In terms of learning, in terms of what you're doing. And I think that's super important. I think it's important to, like I said, analyze your work all the time, and like you want to get better at what you're doing. So how do you analyze that and get better at that work? I think those are all important things. And able to pivot yourself too in terms of the way you learn and what you're working on too. Maybe you're working on a certain style and you're like, I want to pivot into something else. Don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to try new things. Try new brushes. Like here, I don't usually use this brush that I'm using right now just to scribble out some notes here, but just having some fun here, just experimenting and drawing this this character as I'm going here. I think your stuff too is give yourself time. Give yourself time to. It's not overnight. You don't learn to be a storyboard artist, and you don't learn these things like overnight. I wish it could be that way, And I wish we could, instantly, boom, click your fingers and it's like magic, and you can get those things done. But it does take time, and be patient with yourself. It would be great if we could, get it done real quick, and that's the way it goes, and very cool. But give yourself time to practice. Give yourself time to make mistakes. Give yourself time. Um, I think it's to be kind to yourself too as you're drawing. Um, I think it's super important to just be kind to yourself as you're drawing and you're learning and you're trying different things. I think it's important just to be kind to yourself. Be gentle on yourself. Sometimes people have a bad art day. Other time I remember I was an art director on a project, and one of the artists was just, man, he was having a bad day. He, no matter what he draw, he couldn't draw anything, and he was, to me, he was a fantastic artist. I met him. Hope I didn't ruin my drawing there. He was a fantastic artist, and I was always so impressed with his work. And he would have that, artist just block, and he had an art block, and boy, poor guy, and but I learned a lot from him, and I taught him a lot too, to be patient with yourself, and to you know give yourself time to relax a little bit and rest up. um, I think another thing where you can find your voice as well. Let me change my brush here. This brush is sort of funky. Come on, computer, you're a little slow today, buddy. Is create what you love. If you love comic books, go create comic books. If you love animation, go draw animation. If you love to draw squirrels, go draw some squirrels. Whatever it might be. But draw what you love. It'll make your work more impressive to yourself, and you can have fun with it too. So draw what you love. If you love drawing beautiful men and beautiful women, that type of stuff, go for it. Draw it. If you love drawing cars, draw cars. Draw those things that you love. I think another thing too, to find your voice and to shout it out, is to hold yourself accountable. And some people hold themselves accountable by just drawing into a sketchbook and filling a sketchbook. Other people hold themselves accountable, by completing a piece of artwork. Other folks hold themselves accountable by posting on social media. I think there's a lot of different ways that you can hold yourself accountable to what you're doing. And I think that's important to do. That helps you to get practicing and doing things each and every day, is by doing that. I think always make it fun for yourself too. I think I already mentioned that, but have fun with your drawings. Have fun with the process in terms of what you're doing as well. You gotta love what you do. When you draw every day as a storyboard artist, A lot of people ask me all the time. They're like, well, why do you keep drawing, Paul? You just drew all day or whatever you're working on. Why do you keep drawing? And it's because I have fun doing it, and it's important to me to do and to have fun with. The other thing too is to be open to criticism. I think it's important to be open to feedback, but artwork is all depending too. So be open to criticism, especially somebody who you admire and you're trying to learn from. I think you need to be open to the criticism, but also at the same time too, don't believe all the criticism you get either, because art is very everybody has a different style, and you go to an art gallery and everybody likes something different, and that's why you have to sort of love yourself and like what you like, and don't sweat it too much what other people are telling you, because they see art in a different way. It's very subjective in terms of the work, and you want to be good to yourself, because just because somebody doesn't like your work doesn't mean you're a poor artist. Everybody has a different style, and when you find your voice, you sit there and you watch all different types of cartoon shows or feature animation or films, and everybody has a different style. Not everybody loves a Spielberg movie, or maybe you like Wes Anderson. Maybe you like a Ridley Scott movie, like the new Gladiator movie just came out, and you like Ridley Scott's style, or you like another maybe you like Kevin Smith's work, from Mallrats or something like that. Everybody has a different you know style and things they like in terms of style and what they like in a movie, and you have to be kind to yourself, because yeah, everybody has a different style. So maybe there's somebody that doesn't like my style. That's cool, but but doesn't mean you're a bad artist. It's just very subjective, and be kind to yourself in terms of what you're doing. But it's to have fun on this journey of art, and learn what you can, and have fun with this. And I enjoy art. I enjoy drawing. I love telling stories. I love movies, and I hope you do too. And that's why you're part of this channel. You're subscribed. You're learning, and it's fun. And hopefully these tips are giving you. Let me know in the comments too if these tips are helping you out. I think it's critically important for you to be you, each of you. Be you. I think it's important. Be distinct. Have your voice. Be distinct in what you're doing. Have that voice, and share that voice with the world. Like I said, we're all unique, and I want you to share that unique voice with the world, and hopefully that's an inspiration to you too. I think it's really important to have your own voice. I think the world needs artists that have their own voice and unique voice, and maybe background, cultural differences, whatever it might be. And I think that's important. And it comes out in our artwork as well. Maybe color choices, whatever it might be. Hope you're having fun as I'm drawing along. And any questions, throw them out in the chat. Appreciate that. As I'm just sort of sketching here and drawing. And having fun with this. This guy's got a 1970s thing going on here. Just having fun with this guy as I'm drawing him. Any questions, throw it in the chat. So I'm drawing this guy here. This guy's almost like a evil villain character here. Some just subtle changes. But like I said, be you, be bold, be distinct in terms of what you're doing in your storytelling style. Leave it open to any questions if anybody has any. Cool. It was so awesome to see all you guys. Again, thanks for popping in today. I'm going to draw a little bit longer here, but it's hopefully that was a good conversation, and I hope you good folks have gotten some good feedback and to help you out as you find your artistic voice. In terms of what you're doing. Let's see, Buddha Belly. I've been working on my story. I got 2 panels drawn. Advice is super helpful. My voice felt buried for years. Cool. Yeah, no. That's cool. I think it's always so important to have a unique voice in terms of your style. Dominic says, I want to use my artistic voice to expose corruption. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, it's a powerful tool. You can do so many different things in so many different ways, you know. Cool, we got a lot of artwork done here today, a little bit. Some fun things there. Cool. We got some interesting faces in there. But if you guys like the chat and you guys are having fun with this, we'll get back on track here. I know my schedule's been pretty darn busy lately, and so let me know. We'll try to come up with something to get regular again on these live streams. But I appreciate everybody popping in today and hanging out. Buddha Belly, Dominic, Marianne GR. I got Ode 10 Cafe. A lot of great people and a lot of folks too that if you're at home and you didn't catch this on live, you know, that you can catch this on the replay. I'll leave this going for you guys. So this will be up for the replay. If you're enjoying yourself, drop a comment into the chat or into the actual video if you want to see more. And I'll probably get more structured videos and live streams together. I just wanted to chat. We had a good conversation earlier today on Instagram, and I wanted to sort of duplicate it, but add a little bit more to my friends here on YouTube, so we could get going and stuff. I know my got a lot of projects in the pipeline right now that I'm working on, and I'm trying to finish this El Vaquero book. So let me know if you're interested in a copy of El Vaquero. I'll probably be I'm trying to get this done as soon as I can this month, and then get this thing printed. And if you'd like a copy, I'll probably be posting it on my Buy Me a Coffee website. You know, so for those of you that need access to that, if you enjoyed what you learned today, feel free to always drop me a tip in the buy me a coffee jar, which is always cool. I drink a lot of coffee. I think I'm drinking water tonight, but I got to drink. I got to get some more coffees going on there too. And then also too, if you're interested, reach out to me. If you are interested in my mentorship program, I do one-on-one mentoring, and there's quite a few you already met with. So if that's something you want to do, definitely check it out and swing by, say hi, and chat with me first, though. Send me a DM or email if that's something you're interested in. And so we can talk a little bit about it. And I sort of meet with people a little bit before we go into the mentorship. So I have a lot of other things down in the pipeline, but we'll announce those later. And here is my contact information. You can reach me at mr.paul.angeli@gmail.com. That is my business email account. So feel free to drop me a line there. You can also find me or DM me over on Instagram, or drop me a comment over here on YouTube. Other than that, friends, I appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. Great to see you all. You got, what do we have? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, a little less than 4 weeks left before the end of the year. So get out there. Like I said, be you. Be bold, be distinct, in who you are. Shout your voice out, no matter what your artwork is that you're trying to do. Go for it, my friends, and be successful. Till next time, I will catch you guys later on the next live stream. Till then, take care and have a great night. Thanks for joining me tonight. We'll see you next time.